How to add products to Shopify, step by step. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be breaking down step by step on how you can add products to your Shopify store. So let's jump right in. Now, to get started with adding products to your Shopify store, you're going to have to log on to your Shopify store. Once you do that, you can click on product. And in this video, we're going to be covering everything from creating our product to adding the listing on our store. So for this, you're going to go into products on the left. Then you have two different options to add products. You can either import your product from a list. So if you have a TXT or CSV file of all of your products, then you can import that file instead of having to manually add your products. However, it's really important to note that your file format needs to be similar to Shopify's format to ensure that the seamless integration of your product is done. However, if you don't have a file and you're adding your product manually, click on Add Product on the top right. Once you click on Add Product, you're going to choose a title for your product. Make sure the title is appropriate. For example, I am going to be selling this two-piece set, which is a mustard color, and it's for women. I don't want to make my title mustard two-piece woman. Instead, depending on the level of luxury that you're promoting your store as, you want your store or the product title to be reflective of that. So I'm going to be naming this my flared. I think that's gonna look nice. Flared or puffy cord or flared set. Flared Jessie set. Yeah, I think this looks nice. Once I do that, I'm going to click on generate text. Now, this is the easy way out. I like to do this, which is to generate a product description. Now, you can also choose the tone that you want to use as well as choose a custom tone that you want to use. So for this, I want this to be playful and I'm going to add features and keywords. So this is a two-piece women's clothing set, which includes a cropped top and pants. The top is, I'm just going to look at, my product images to further describe it. The better you describe it to the AI, the better the description it's going to generate for you. So I'm just looking at my image as I go. So the top is loose fitted with a V neckline. The pants are tailored with a frill at the bottom. And once I do that, I'm also going to include the materials made of, let's say, 80% cotton and 20% silk. And now I'm just going to click on generate and the description is going to be generated for me. Now, I don't like the way it says made from a luxurious blend of 80% cotton and 20% silk. So I'm going to remove that and I'm going to go with down. It just is unclear and it's not very original. Now I am going to take this and then I'm going to remove that and then add this back again and I'm going to choose the tone to be a bit daring. I'm going to ask it to generate. Yeah, this is a lot better. Below that, I can also include a really nice section for washing instructions. If you have a washing label attached to your clothing or to your product, that's great as well. You can also specify the materials. Now below that, you're going to go into media and you're going to click on upload new. Over here, you're going to upload all the images of your product. So from different angles, usually you can add upwards of 10 images on Shopify, and I would recommend adding as many images as you can. So once you add images, they might be uploaded in a random order, but I don't want this image to be the first image. I want this. To do that, I'm just going to hold this and drag it to the front. Then I'm going to drag this one. And now these are the 4 images that have been uploaded. Now, one really important thing that most people are going to miss is the name and alt text. So you're going to click on every media image and on the right, it's going to display the name and changing the name automatically updates the file's URL. Instead of it just saying yellow, this is going to say loose top. And then the alt text is also going to be loose top. This helps in SEO. This helps in your page's ranking. So your products are ranked nicely. And you want to add this for all of your product images. Now, once we've done that, we will see a category is added by default. It has outfit sets, and I think this is a fine category for our product. Below that, you're going to enter your price. Now, you have a price and then you have a compare at price. The compare at price is a markdown. So let's say my original price was $50, and then let's say it's currently on sale for $40. This is going to appear or make it appear that my product is on sale or has been marked down. This is just a simple strategy for you to get more sales and to convince more people to buy your product because currently it's at a good deal. Then you can also add your cost per item. This is not displayed to your customers. This is only for you, so you're able to calculate your margins and your profit. Let's say this was for $20. Then we have our inventory. So we have to track the quantity. I want to track the quantity. If you're using a drop shipping model, you're not going to track quantity, but we are tracking quantity. By default, it is going to display the one location that you have. If you have multiple locations where you're hosting your inventory, you can add multiple locations in your settings tab. However, I only have one, so I'm adding the number of units I have. However, I have different sizes, so how many units do I have of each size? Well, for this, scroll down and you can add the physical product option and the weight of the product. Let's say this is not going to be relevant for my shipping, so I don't like to add the weight because the product is so small that it doesn't matter what it weighs. The shipping is, a flat shipping fee, so I don't like to add shipping in that particular situation. However, for a larger product, it's really essential to add the weight of the product so it's easily identifiable. Now we're going to click on add options like size or color, and we're going to click on size over here. Now for this, we're going to add different sizes. So I'm going to select small, medium, large, XL, XS, and I'm going to place XS at the start like this. Once I've done that, I'm going to click on done. And now I have the variant images. I don't have different images because it's just differences in sizes. However, available quantity is going to be set at one variant, and then the rest are going to be displayed as 0. So you want to divide this by 4 if this is your total inventory or if you have equal inventory of each. Let's say I have 500 units of each of these, so I would manually type in 500 like this. Once you do that, you're going to scroll down and you will have category meta fields, fabric, age group, target gender, and then your color as well. This has been added accurately, so I'm not going to have to change that, but if it's not, then you can change it as well. Below that, you have your search engine listing, so you can click on edit and then edit that. This helps you in optimizing your particular product for SEO searches. Once completed, click on save, and just like that, your product has been added. On the right, you also have product organization. So you can add the vendor as well as your collections and your tags. If you want to add collections, you're going to go into products and then click on collections on the left. By default, you only have one collection called homepage. So to categorize more products, you can click on create collections and you can build different collections. You can build collections based upon the style of product. So if you have tops, bottoms, two-piece sets, or you can create collections such as hot sellers or bestseller, summer collection items, collection 22, collection 21, like so. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.